All right, I think we should be live now. Welcome to the channel, guys. Hold on just a second. I haven't actually, it's positioned. All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream. It's Rad, and in today's video, we're gonna check into the upcoming week, which we are well into already. 2nd to 8th of May 2022. Let's give me a moment here. Give me just a moment. That is going to be quite of a bizarre week that it is ahead of us. Now, if you have paid attention to the thumbnail, there you are going to see the collective reading for the week. I am going to show you the cards right here, right now about the week itself. This is the collective. After the collective, we are going to, or I am going to jump into the reading for the 12 star signs. But bizarre week. So the first card for the week, that is going to be the Hangman. Moving next, that will be the Star card. Hello, Ella. Oh, long time no see, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Next one, we have the Seven of Cups, and the final card for all of us, guys, that is going to be the Hierophant. So it is a bizarre week. It is bizarre because we do have a contradictory right off the back here, and the contradictory stands in between these two cards, okay? So the Star and the Seven of Cups. And, you know, while, well, that is quite difficult to translate. Hello, Sandy. Welcome to the stream as well. Quite difficult to translate. So as they stand into this position, it means that some kind of, well, that is how it stands, guys. Throughout the week, we are to see that some of the things we hope for are not gonna work out, and that is going to be because these hopes we feed on these things, they are not tangible or unrealistic, or straight away in some particular cases they will be out of touch with reality in general of how it stands. And it is a contradictory because nonetheless the cards here are showing up that some tangible hopes and dreams are going to start manifesting themselves. Therefore, it's going to be a bizarre week. It is because we are going to see that, you know, something or some certain aspects that we really want are either not happening, or it is better not to happen. And on the second hand, it's a week where we are going to move toward more, like I said, a tangible result or a hopes and dreams into our domain. And the whole topic of that particular week that we do have ahead is the topic of the perspective. What I mean is that as we move through the week, we are going to start seeing things, people, stuff through a different angle and through a different perspective. And therefore, you know, aspects or possibilities that we have been presented from may become more and more plausible. Options available that we haven't counted up until this point may become more and more viable moving forward through the week. But the best thing is that as these unrealistic hopes and dreams are starting to fall off the platter, starting to fall off the plates, we are going to start seeing problem resolutions. It's kind of like, you know, the life we are living is going to become more and more, let's call it that way, a bearable, or rather I would use the word a smooth, okay? The life is going to become more and more smooth. And the week pretty much is gonna wrap itself around we sitting behind those tangible options available, okay? And instead of, I don't know, instead of daydreaming. Actually, this time around, we will have, all of us are going to have a real chance to pretty much accomplish something, you know, accomplish something that we're going to be proud of and that we're going to like, and you know, that we are going to feel happy about as well. um I don't know what kind of isolated cases to give you, but for example, the career case, it is that, yeah, you know, throughout the week you may see that the job you really, really want may not gonna be able to be, you know, concluded, or rather like a wrapped around. Okay, but in the same time, there is going to be a job that will be really good one, and it will have a really good results for you. It will be pleasant for you to work into. It will have a good compensation going forward with it, and you know, it's basically, there are the only minus that we may feel is that it's not gonna happen the way we want it to happen, you know, but in the same time, the results from the happening are going to be really, really good. Now, in relationship, I don't know, for example, imagine that you are really fond of somebody, but you see that that person just, it's not going to happen with them. They don't show any, it's not interest, or they show interest, but their interest is kind of finite, you know. It's like they want you to be just a friends, or friends with benefits, or just, you know, girlfriend and a boyfriend, but without any intentions that thing to evolve in any way. And you or we, if I am into that situation into the upcoming week, are going to grow to understand that that is actually a waste of time, you know. And instead, should we have any better option available, that option available will start becoming more and more plausible, more and more appealing, the right option available. And that is literally how the week pretty much stands, and that is why it is going to be pretty much bizarre, because you know, who is actually giving up on hope, right? In order to replace it with another hope. It's kind of like not something you can see every day. Mattia, thank you so much for your $10 support, and Ella, thank you so much for your $20 support. Thank you guys, to both of you. Make sure you do both stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get a personalized reading. Mattia, you have no inquiry, therefore is going to be for the week, and Ella, yours is you walked away and you're asking if he's going to reach out. I don't understand that women logic. I know that this is a women logic. I don't understand it. Believe me, men don't understand that. How can you walk away and then hoping that the other side is gonna make the effort? It is you at the end of the day who walked away. But nonetheless, I'm gonna check this one out. So let me put the inquiry here. All right. And Sam, thank you so much for your $8 Australian support. Thank you so much, Sam. You as well. At the end of the live stream, you're going to get a personalized reading for the week. Oh, you want him to change? Well, that's a thing, Ella. People don't change. You either love them for who they are, or you don't. So, and I don't want to take a side here, okay? I'm saying things based on my code of conduct and my understandings. Because if somebody wants somebody else to change, then you don't really, well, I don't want to say you don't love the person, but you love certain version of that person and you want that version of them, right? When motivated enough, yeah, something makes them change. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Lawrence, welcome to the stream. Oh my God, I messed up my tarot cards. Hold on a second, guys. Just give me a moment to fix something here. It's all good. Yeah. All right. Now it's good. Danny, thank you so much for your $5 as well. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, Danny, where you're going to get a personalized reading over the transit as well. All right, guys. So that concludes the collective. Just hold on a second. I gotta send a message before we start. All right. So before we jump into the readings, let me explain you guys how this is gonna play out. So within this live stream, there are going to be 12 readings for each star sign, starting from Aries, ending up with a Pisces instead of Taurus. And within those readings, there is going to be, or there are going to be breaks, in which breaks there are going to be readings giveaways. So someone of you is going to get a free reading into those breaks, and all that you got to do is just wait up until one of these breaks happen. One is going to happen after Cancer, another one after Scorpio, and the final one is going to be after Pisces. So once I do announce that break, you feel free to input your question into the comments down below, which you want me to address with tarot. And I usually give about 5 minutes, and when they kind of like run out, I'm going to pick one of these questions and I'm going to perform a professional reading on the question. And if you do wish a personalized reading with me, you can always go to my website, which you will find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you will see full list of my services, their pricing as well, and based on your budget and your needs, you can go for whichever one suits you best. And finally, anyone who supports the channel and me through Super Chat is gonna get their reading at the end of the stream. That's given. Okay, so with that said, starting up with Aries first. Now, the first one that we do have for you guys, this is going to be the Eight of Cups. Followed by the second card for Aries, which stands of the King of Wands. Moving next, that will be the Ten of Swords. And the final one for you, Aries, that will be the Two of Pentacles. So we do have these 4 cards, guys, and I do want to draw one more for the King of Wands, and that is going to be the Seven of Wands. All right. So for the King of Wands, Catalyst, Seven of Wands. Okay, so these 4. All right, so it's a walk away for what we have here, and it's a walk away from the influence of that individual. Okay, so we do have this individual, King of Wands, with the Seven of Wands. Now, this is a rather quite I don't want to say dangerous, but it is quite overwhelming situation. It's pretty much at the point where somebody kind of like, it's not even takes you for granted, it's more like considers you a property, or like you owe them something, you know. That could be, for example, a colleague that considers you owe them you owe them your business prowess, for example, or a neighbor who considers you owe them your free time, I don't know, maybe a partner of yours considers that you owe them your happiness and so on and so forth. So we definitely do have somebody that to a certain extent, it could be as well in an organization, okay, that to a certain extent considers you owning them something, or rather like owing them something. And they're not willing to change that position. That's unfortunately with this Seven of Wands, it's more like prowling. It's really, they are prowling, waiting for the right moment that they will enforce a demand, like enforcing a demand of you returning the favor, of doing whatever they want, right? Or kind of like getting on a leverage over you and so on and so forth. Really, really nasty influence out there, which could make you feel kind of entrapped. And so what do, you may ask? Well, with the Ten of Swords, which is on the third position that we have for you, Aries, you have to be, rather, that the word is not even aggressive, it's more like a decisive. You do say whatever your choice about this situation is going to be, and your choice needs to be rather decisive. What is the card advising you? Relinquish and sever. All right, just make your severance with this individual. Because if, listen, that's the thing with the King of Wands. If they do it once, they are gonna do it all the time. So you cannot really allow them to topple you. I'm not saying that you necessarily have to break up, okay? Under relinquishing and severance, I mean to try to sever with such kind of a influence. So you may counter ultimatum them, you know, that if they do maintain that position, then, you know, they're gonna lose you as a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or as a co-worker, or as an asset, and so on and so forth. So it's pretty much you gotta kind of like show a strong backbone, and show that you are not someone that anybody can mess around with. You know, you're not someone that pretty much people can how do you call it, juggle around with. Maybe it's probably it is the expression. And it seems that this situation is going to be forgotten very, very quickly if you do adopt that standpoint. You do show them that that's not something, you know, is gonna work out with you. And the week here, it should end rather with kind of like you being relieved. Actually, I should not use the word relinquished, more like I should use the word relieved. So you are going to end up the week relieved from such a behavior, really oppressing and bruising behavior that will be bestowed upon you for throughout the week. Now, how long, that will depend entirely on you, and how fast and how strong you do address the situation. But nonetheless, the end of the week should be a week where you are, as you do find yourself relieved from this influence and from this behavior, you are going to find yourself into having quite a few things to do, in a sense of that you are going to have a lot of a space and room around you to choose and decide how do you want to go about, you know, your personal life, and as well your career. And also here with the Two of Pentacles, that could be the game changer that I talked about at the collective reading, where your perception, right, where your not perception but perspective, where your perspective really changes, and you may decide that, you know, you don't need that thing any longer. You don't need, if that person is allowing themselves to address you in such a disgusting way, then probably they are not worth it. But that is only something that only you can decide. Ginger, thank you so much for your $11 US. Thank you, Ginger. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get a personalized reading for the week. Thank you, Ginger. All right, so we are moving over to Taurus. Let me shuffle and see what Taurus is going to have to endure, or rather like what they're going to deal with. All right, Taurus. First one that we do have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so that's the first one. Followed by the second card of the Three of Pentacles. That is the Three of Pentacles. Moving next for you, Taurus, we do have the Lovers. And the final one, that is going to be the Four of Wands. Choices, choices, choices. It is what you are going to have ahead of you into the week. Now, the reading is very short for Taurus. That is because I am saying choices, but really those choices are going to be... they're going to be more or less... I don't know what word should I use, really. No, the word is not obsolete. Where no matter what you do decide in favor of, you know, you're always going to end up well. Okay, so that such kind of a decisions it is that you are going to have ahead of you into the upcoming week. And therefore, it all falls to a personal preference. But what really is the goal of the week, guys? Well, the goal of the week is to make a strong completion. Okay, what those cards here are saying for you, Taurus, it is that something which you have toiled over for a very, very long time. You may have chased somebody for a very, very long time, or you may have prepared yourself to initiate a business for a very, very long time. You may have to try to convince somebody into something for a very, very long time. But the thing is that the effort you set or you have put into that thing, it's a big effort, okay? Not just only a big effort, it's a mighty, colossal effort. And it's gonna work out. This is what those cards are showing up here. For the reason for this week for you is going to be where you are gonna find happiness. Even more than that, Taurus, throughout this week, you know, concerns that you do have, they're gonna start dropping like flies. They will become irrelevant. If you have, for example, made an effort to start a relationship, maybe that's exactly what's going to happen. Not maybe, but it is very, very possible that that is exactly what's going to happen. You made an effort to find a good job. Well, it's a good job what you are going to find. In fact, with this Lovers being there, means that your options are not going to be just only one. You get to decide which option you should move forward with here. Now, the only issue that we can see, it's some kind of unfair criticism that you're gonna get. Okay, people will try, certain people, not everybody, but certain people will try to kind of like make you feel bad. It's like you are not that's not even bad. It's more like a it's unconstructive criticism, you know. They're telling you that it's not going to work out, but they're not telling you why they think that way. And it is it's just the attitude of theirs. It's not a malevolent attitude, it's a benevolent one. It's just they don't know how to express it. So if you do hear some kind of a negative thoughts here and there, don't pay much attention to them, and kind of like finalize your cycles of developments, because that's exactly how the week is to play out for you guys, to finalize those cycles, things that you have toiled for a very, very long time. The very least what the result of the week for you is going to be, Taurus, it is that important details are going to be set into light. So at the end of the day, you will have a full clearance of how you stand and how the situation truly is within your relationship life, within your love life, or within your career as well. Sarah, thank you so much for your Australian dollars. And Liz, thank you so much for your $5 US. Let me put you guys into the list. I think I answered that question last time, Sarah. It's no good to ask the same question over and over again. But in any case, Sarah, Liz, make sure you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your readings. All right, next one, that is going to be Gemini. Just give me a second. Mm. All right, so Gemini, first one for you guys, that is going to be the Ace of Swords, followed by Justice card. Afterwards, that we do have, that is going to be Queen of Pentacles. And the final card for you, Gemini, that will be the Three of Swords. The additional card for the Queen of Pentacles, we have, oh my god, it is the King of Cups. So it seems that this week is going to be a bit shocking for you, Gemini. That is because you will be presented with unpleasant facts that you will find rather very difficult to handle and to swallow down. Now, they don't have to be that dramatic, okay? I'm saying unpleasant, not upheavalish. So they don't have to be that dramatic. You know, some tarot readers may interpret those cards like, oh my god, you will find out that you are being cheated on and these kind of stuff. I don't think that that's really is going to be the case, as we do have Justice there into the second position of the spread. I do believe that these I do believe that this is a realization, or you have been fed a criticism that you are not structuring your life correctly, okay? Either you know, for example, your parents criticize you that you are slacking way too much, you know, that you are way too lazy and you are not managing your time correctly. Well, maybe they're gonna criticize you that you're not managing your time correctly. It is because you are a hyperactive, okay? Either way goes forward, but it's like it's a moment where into the upcoming week there are gonna be a lot of honest and straightforward conversations in between you and people you're working with. It could be in between you and your child, okay? It could be as well in between you and your husband or a wife. And a lot of stuff are going to flabbergast you. It is because you thought completely the opposite. It may happen that you thought that your parents are okay with you doing certain stuff, but it turns out that they are not exactly okay with it, okay? You may think that you're doing a good job at work, but into the upcoming week it may come to you as an information that that's not exactly the case, and that your job is just an average at best. So it will be important for you, Gemini, to be really grounded into the upcoming week and truly listen up to what people are telling you, because into the upcoming week, the truth is going to be dealt, and it is highly unlikely that somebody is going to try to beguile you into certain stuff. Now on the plus side, we do have a very loyal supporter. So a loyal supporter here, in the face of a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Cups. So that is a person who is pretty much gonna handheld you through it. Now this is an individual who believes that you do have a tremendous potential, okay, into what you are doing. Either you do have a tremendous potential into being their husband or a wife. Either you do have a tremendous potential to grow into your business field, and so on and so forth. They do see that, yeah, right now you may not be doing very well, but you do have potential to turn that thing around, and even in the grand scheme of things, to turn your life around. They also consider you being very appropriate for some kind of activity, or like for some kind of an enterprise, but that you are not just ready yet, okay? And thus, from this person, you will expect that they will address you, but in the future with some kind of an offer. They do have an emotional attachment to you that is a without a doubt. So it could be a very good friend of yours or a parent of yours. Why not as well the person who loves you? But you need to know as well that their love is very mature. I mean, just because they do love you in a certain way, that doesn't mean that they're not going to slap you through the wrist if you are trying to reach out for the wrong option available, or for a noxious direction into your life. So they are going to be, yeah, they love you, but they are going to be dead honest with you. And the end of the week is pretty much the sum up and the realization, of the aspects of your life, whether into your love life or whether into your career, that you screwed up. Really, literally, that's what the card says, that you literally screwed up. And also the realization that, there were some aspects where you made a step forward into them, a step of progress, and then suddenly you either did something or said something that bounced you 2 steps backward. So it's kind of like a regression that you did while you were trying to make a progression. Now that's not a bad, this is the realization, okay, and that is the first step to recovery and to recuperation. And therefore, it's very important to address it and to accept it, not to be into denial. And once you do accept it, you are going to start doing better. But, there is, like I said, that is the most important thing here into the upcoming week. It is that the truth is going to be served to you, and you better make sure that you make yourself full with it. Okay, it is just eat yourself full with it, because otherwise you will live in denial, and there will be no how can I put it into words? There will be no reconstruction, and you are about to lose something that's given. Okay. Right, so that was Gemini. Now moving next, we do have Cancer. Thank you, Ginger. Well, truth be told, once I'm done with the readings, I don't remember what I said about the star signs. I don't remember what I said about even Scorpio. It's just how memory functions. I don't remember my readings. Yeah, Cancer. So first one for Cancer, that is going to be the Ace of Cups. Okay, so it's a strong start for Cancer. Moving next, that is going to be the Ten of Swords. Followed by the Justice card, okay, which is the third one. And the final one that we do have for you, Cancer, that is going to be the King of Wands, okay? So it had a strong start, but it kind of like waned away as the other cards are showing up. So literally what this reading says is that you are already kind of like sitting on a source of happiness, whether you do realize it or not. And the rest of the cards, it is exactly the recipe how you can fuck it up, right? It's how you can literally shut that door, or I don't know, pollute that source. And this is by being radical. It's literally what it is. Okay, just being radical. It is what is gonna shut that source out. Either being radical about your job, being radical with your decisions. Okay, being radical with your treatment over somebody, being unyielding, being rude, being headstrong. Maybe it's how should I put it? Now, according to these cards here, we do have a contradictory as well, as we did with the very start with the collective reading. We do have a contradictory with these two cards. So having the Ten of Swords into the second position, it kind of shows that you need to leave a back door of something. I don't know what it is about, okay, but you have to leave a back door. Like if you have decided to quit your job because you are unhappy with I don't know, you are unhappy with the conditions there, okay, you should not leave that job storming out, but instead leave yourself a back door if you can't find another job, so you have a chance to get back to that job. All right, if you want to break up with someone, again, don't do it in a way that you kind of like storm it out. Don't do it with a, I don't know how you put it into words in English. It's like doing it in such a way that this person is not going to look at you anymore. All right. And you should leave a back door, so at least you can be friends with this individual. However, we do have the Justice into the third position. Okay, and that card pretty much shows that you being accountable towards yourself is going to be the best approach and the best course moving forward. Therefore, first, what you gotta do is acknowledgement, okay? Acknowledgement about the consequences of your actions. And these consequences not just only reflecting other people around you, but as well reflecting you, because having the Justice there, you have to be accountable first and foremost towards yourself. And having the Ace of Cups there, which is at the very first position, which kind of shows that you are sitting already on a source, on a it's a source, on a depot of happiness in one or another way. The Justice pretty much having it into the third position, it kind of puts into question, are you really, how can I put it into words? It's not like are you really doing something about it, but are you doing the best you can about it? Okay, taking full advantage of this thing. And that's I'm saying that it is because the week for you, Cancer, it ends with the King of Wands, which pretty much speaks that at the end of this week you are gonna end up with ambition, some kind of ambition. This ambition could be to develop to its full the happiness we have here, or this ambition could be you to deny yourself from it for whatever reason. I mean, I don't know why somebody is gonna want themselves to deny themselves from happiness, but hey, I am not here to judge. So whichever way, but once you do set on this ambition, and that ambition doesn't mean that it's gonna work out right away, okay? It's just an ambition. You ambition yourself to, I don't know, to find love, or you ambition yourself to become better into certain skill, you know, and so on and so forth, which happens to be your source of happiness. And you're going to start working toward it, and this ambition will transform into a very powerful drive, which literally is going to get you there. Okay, so decisiveness from your behalf and recognition as well, it is what is needed into the upcoming week, Cancer. Not being in denial, very important. Right, so this concludes the first 4 star signs. Hello, Ada, welcome to the stream as well. So this concludes the first 4 star signs, and now we are entering into the first break, guys. Into this break, one of you is gonna get a free reading. So with that said, if you do want to participate and qualify for the free reading, all that you gotta do is just input a question into the comments down below, and after about 5 minutes, I believe, I'm gonna pick one of these questions and I'm going to perform a professional reading on it. Now, Brenda, thank you so much for your $2 support. Just to make it clear, Brenda, that question cannot be answered, okay? Because Curtis has a free will, and Curtis has to decide on his own accord, is he going to call you or not? Nothing is carved in stones. The best I can do is just check on what is the possibility, you know, and what is his attitude, but that also doesn't give a definitive answer, because his attitude could be to call you, but what if something else obstruct him? I'm not a psychic, okay? I'm not psychic, so I do not see things or feel things. What I do is just read tarot cards, and that's and I will answer to your question, Brenda, at the end of the live stream. Okay, so at the end of the live stream, make sure you do stick around for that answer. And I do believe that my refrigerator kind of died, and it caused power outage in my place. So really, really bad time to do so. It's the summer is approaching, and I have to buy a new one. That's a great news. Oh, Shmadi, thank you so much for your $15 US. Make sure that you do stick around as well up until the end, Shmadi, and you will have your personalized reading for the week as well, okay? What do you mean, Teresa, that you are watching it? Yeah, Uranus is, of course, Uranus is, it's Uranus's fault. That's a funny thing, Ginger, because today I had a very important errand. Okay, I have a very, very important appointment. It was something I was waiting for about, I don't know, a couple of months, and I overslept it. Can you imagine? I overslept it, and somebody said, you know, it's Uranus. What in the world? Who are these people, man? You are getting blocked. There you go. Surely, no, I'm not gonna block you. I'm just gonna ignore you, okay? Yeah. Blocking is a bit harsh. We are on Cancer. We are going to approach Leo. How long is it going to take? An hour and a half. It should be. But Brenda, you can always watch it a bit later, okay? But I do believe I'm not going to talk about today, Brenda, because that is a very short term. I will just check on what was it, Curtis, okay? So I'm gonna check on Curtis' attitude towards you and what kind of affinities he has towards you, okay? So what is the chance that, you know, you both are gonna get along for whatever intentions you do have toward him, right? Yeah, Ginger, it's just my refrigerator started to make some kind of a very weird sounds, like something was fuzzing out, you know, something like and yeah, I do believe that the Freon is no longer in it. So All right. Your unreadable name. I can't read. That's Arabic, I believe. So I can't read your name, but I can read for you. And the question you have is, can you tell me if my crush likes me back? All right, let's check it out. So the first card, that is going to be the Seven of Swords. Moving next, that is going to be the Eight of Pentacles. And then it is the Four of Wands. Well, that is the answer. I can't pronounce your name, but that is the answer. Your crush likes something in you or something about you, but does not like you. So you gotta tread carefully, okay? Maybe your crush likes that you do have money, for example, or maybe your crush likes that you do have certain connections. It likes something about you, but unfortunately, according to these cards, at that given moment, your crush does not like you in a way you like your crush. And I'm sorry to deliver that. All right, Yara. Well, that's the interpretation of these cards. You gotta be very, very careful with this person, okay? Because I don't want to say they are users. It's that attitude is an attitude of users. That this person is capable of using somebody to meet certain ends and then kind of like throwing them away. So I'm saying that because the last thing I want to see is somebody kind of to feel that they have been used. Right, so that was the free reading, the first one, and now a couple of minutes, guys, and I'm gonna move to the next 4 star signs, which are going to be Leo, Virgo, Libra, and as well Scorpio. Yeah, that's the way to say it. Smash that or destroy that like button. That's a long way from now, Mattia. Well, maybe maybe that person just wanna have sex with you and then throw you away. It's or kind of like use you for sex. There are those kind of people. As not, but definitely, Yara, there is no emotional connection. There is no emotions whatsoever. Possibly the one that you can drive to. If you live in United States, you don't have much options available. Ginger, either you go to Canada or you go to Mexico. Jennifer, super chat. There is no limit. I mean, these are your hard-earned money, guys. So no matter how much you put in, um, the treatment is all the same. Yeah, Canada. Well, if you are eager to cross Alaska, you can go to Russia. if you are feeling adventurous and brave as well. Oh, that's something I would love to see as well. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna have ever the chance though. Why not? It's gonna be a hell of an adventure. Hello, Lori. Yeah, I'm doing really, really well. Or at least I would like to think so. I don't want to brag about it, because you know things can kind of like rapidly go to worse. But Leo. Your first one, that is going to be the Seven of Wands. Moving next, that will be the Nine of Cups. Followed by Justice. We do have a lot of Justice, which is kind of in a direct contrast to the collective reading. It's like, you know, what I said into the collective reading is that we are going to realize that certain hopes and dreams we have, they are kind of unrealistic, and therefore we are going to move to more tangible hopes and dreams which are possible to happen. So Justice for you, Leo, and the final one for you guys, that is the Star. So it's exactly what I'm talking about. This is going to be a Leo week then. Jennifer, thank you so much for your $10 US. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end of the live stream, where you're going to get the answer to your inquiry, which is anything about my job. No, a second. There you go. Right. So, oh yeah, I already drew the cards. So yeah, for Leo, into the upcoming week, guys, you are quickly gonna grow to understand that no matter how well situated you are at this particular place you find yourself at, it kind of like is starting to grow redundant, okay, and obsolete. It's not different than, for example, imagine a child that really wants a toy, right? It wants I don't know, a car, or these transformers that are selling them these days, and when the child gets the toy, it's really happy, you know, and it's finding itself in a really good place, and then spend the next good few weeks playing with that toy. But then after a few weeks, this toy, it's kind of like redundant. They don't have any fun with it anymore, you know. They don't play with it anymore like they played before. And that is what you are going to have into the upcoming week, you know, stuff that gave you pleasure. And I don't want to say immense pleasure, but they definitely made you feel really good. They're not going to make you feel good anymore, or at least they're not going to make you feel bad, but it is like it's not going to be like it was before. I can even see myself into that, although I don't have any Leo, where there is a new video game coming up, you know, and I'm really eager to play it out, and I buy it, I play it out for a couple of days, and then it's kind of like it's boring. Okay, I don't enjoy it anymore. It's okay to play it to kill time, but I don't enjoy it. And so, as you are gonna end up having such a standpoint toward a certain things into your life, okay, whether you may have such an attitude toward a friend, or whether you may have such an attitude toward a project into your job, whatever the case, okay, it seems that you are going to quickly kind of like reprioritize yourself. Now, there is a kind of a bit of a problem here when you do start reprioritizing, and that is because you are already neck deep into the commitment, and you may feel yourself deadlocked into it, okay, and that you can't really play around way too much, but you can, and that comes from the Justice having it over here, which kind of supports heavily the Seven of Wands. So what these two cards sitting into their representative positions are pointing out, it is that if you do take a deep breath, you know, and stop for a second and kind of like make a spreadsheet with all the activities you do have, you will find time and even a window of opportunity to engage into something new which is gonna kind of like make you feel alive again. And you are gonna end up the week here with the Star card, which pretty much points that you know, your happiness is gonna slowly, you know, return to you. The Star card doesn't happen overnight. It's something that develops very slowly but very consistently, and little by little your standards, your criterias, your how can I put it into words, your sense for life is going to start regaining itself once again. So yeah, it's just an understanding, or rather like you will feel the full strength into the upcoming week. That's you know, what comes around goes around, and sometimes you really want something just to see that you don't need it, and you don't need it anymore, and it is redundant, and so you can move on to the next thing. So that was for Leo. Pisces Moonbeam, thank you so much for your 3 Canadian US dollars. And Karen, thank you so much. 3 Canadian US dollars. Oh my God, that was such a dumb expression. 3 Canadian dollars. And Karen, thank you so much for your 3 US dollars as well. So 1 for Pisces Moonbeam and 1 for Karen. All right. Let's hold on. Give me a second here. Hello, Naomi. Welcome to the stream. Right, moving next, we do have Virgo. So for Virgo, the first one, that will be the Three of Cups, followed by the second card of the Eight of Wands. Moving next for you, Virgo, that is going to be the Queen of Swords. And the final one for you guys, that will be the Six of Wands. And no wonder that you do have the Six of Wands at the end. The catalyst to the Queen of... So the catalyst to the Queen of Swords, the Strength. Oh my God, what a week. Literally, what those cards are pointing out here, it is that you will have some kind of an ally, a connection, a person that will have your back. And I literally mean that this person is gonna have your back. It's because it seems that they're gonna do the heavy lifting. What I mean is, what you cannot do, they will definitely gonna push it through. So, but they are really with that warmongering nature. So what I mean is that if you do have somebody that bothers you, now this individual that it is marked by the Queen of Swords with the Strength card is gonna go there and is going to F them up. Literally is going to F them up. So if you are having some kind of an overwhelming odds against you, which are stacked against you, that ally is going to completely annihilate those odds, and through it, Virgo, it seems that into the upcoming week, guys, you will feel that you are not alone. That's very, very important. And you are about to see that results are going to start piling up. Results about your love life, results about your career as well. And it is simply with this person having it like a guardian angel, really. You will feel really protected. Now, the only problem that I can see about your week here is that Eight of Wands into the second position. And do you know what, guys, what Eight of Wands means into that position, into such a follow-up? Kind of means when somebody starts making bullshit, okay? Someone starts making stupid things, okay? Like this person kind of sorts out the things for you, and you do jeopardize with, I don't know, with some kind of an act or something you say, you do jeopardize those results. I don't know what kind of an example to give you, but let's say somebody bothers you, and that Queen of Swords goes there and really F them up, and tells you, don't contact them anymore. I handle that. And what do? You send them a message. Totally the contrary. Or let's say that you are going through divorce, and you are really with your back against the wall, but you changed your lawyer, and now the lawyer is that Queen of Swords, a really ferocious one. I mean, they are going to blast your competition, or rather like your rival, right away. And they handle the situation, and they tell you, you talk with your ex only through me. Okay, you want to say to them something, you pass it on me, I'm going to pass it on their lawyer, and so on and so forth. What do? You call your ex. It's so such kind of stupid things, it is that what you should refrain yourself of doing. And you will end up the week here, should you follow this individual that will really going to have your back, Virgo, you will end up the week reaching out important milestones. It is like getting a step closer to the primary goal, and these milestones are gonna feel like a true accomplishment, like a true achievement for you, and they are going to be. Okay, so you will really feel victorious at the end of the week. She would do this too. Yeah, wow. I guess the upcoming week is going to be all about them learning not to do it, isn't it, Ginger? All right, moving next, we do have Libra. Right, first one for Libra, that is going to be Two of Pentacles. Moving next, we do have the Nine of Wands, followed by the King of Pentacles, and the final one for Libra, that is going to be the Knight of Cups. And they can only do it. They can't help it, can they? All right. Right, so King of Pentacles, the accompanied card, that is going to be the Five of Pentacles, okay? So that is a person who sees your true struggle, okay? They do understand what you are going through. Do you know why? It is because this person, they went through the same thing, but they push it through. They pushed it through, or kind of like they handled it. They pull it out. I don't know how to put it into words. And what is their purpose showing up into your reading, Libra? or it seems that they are going to make you an offer, or well, they would want to invest, okay? Like they would want to invest funds into your business if you do have business, or they would want to invest time, or they may want to invest emotions, whatever the case. And this investment is going to be not just only benevolent, but also is going to be unconditional, with no, how can I put it into words? With no payoff whatsoever. And when I say payoff, or rather like a payback, I'm sorry, so with no payback whatsoever. So they're not going to expect anything from you whatsoever. Now, hello Anna, welcome to the stream. Now, Libra, there is a something messed up around you, and I cannot exactly pick up what it is. It comes from these couple of cards as they stand. Okay? As they stand. And it should be something about... my God, how do I put it? It's on the tip of my, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my God. It goes like that. It's like you are trying to improve, but you are doing it in, it's not even the wrong way. That's not the right expression. I can't find the right word. It's not the wrong, but the but you are doing it the inappropriate way. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. You're doing it into the inappropriate, outdated way of how you do want to improve, whether your business, whether your love life, okay, or whether your friendships, whatever you do strive to improve here. But as you do move throughout the week, Libra, you're going to quickly going to grow to understand that your ideas, your concepts, your strict plans you have outdated, and you are going to start little by little adopting a new perspectives, new plans, new anticipations, if you will. And you are going to end up the week as the king, as the Knight of Cups stands. You're going to end up the week following the dreams of your heart. So everything that you are going to have in front of you at the end of the week is going to be something you would love to be a part of, whether it is a potential for relationship, whether it is a development of a business, whether it is a I don't know, a friendship, and so on and so forth. So how possible it is? Well, that depends on how stubborn you are to be your way, and how open you are to accept the investment here. If you do accept the investment, your way cannot be, and that is going to be the conflict you are going to have. So that investment is going to force you or push you into doing things in a slightly different way, therefore appropriate way, because according to these cards, you are trying to improve your status, your business, your love life in an inappropriate way, really. So that's literally how the week truly stands for you, at least according to my cards. And next star sign, we do have Scorpio. Right, so for Scorpio, we have the Ace of Wands, followed by the Knight of Wands. Okay, I was worried for a second. I said the King. Oh no, but we do have the Knights of Wands. It's not that bad. Afterwards, that is going to be the Three of Swords, And the final one, the King of Swords. That is gonna be fun. That is really gonna be fun. Before I go into the interpretation, the Knight of Wands, it is with the Four of Wands card, Catalyst. So, it's gonna be a fun week. Well, throughout this week, we are going to become a victim of a gainingful enterprise that is going to be addressed to us from somebody, or just the circumstances is going to develop that way that we can grasp, or rather like a grapple, where we have to grapple on it. But anyway, it seems that a gainingful enterprise is going to open up in front of us. Now, guys, it's going to be unlike anything we have experienced, and that may cause us to not like be afraid, more like be unexperienced. So at least at the start of all that, we may not know exactly what we are doing, but it's kind of like, as luck would have it, although we may not know what we're doing, it seems that our doings are not going to be damaging, or but the best course of action, or rather like the best development, is going to be that our doings randomly is going to end up to be the right doings. So that's a bit weird, but what my concern is here is that Knights of Wands with the Four of Wands. So what kind of a person that is? This is a person who is going to slow us down, and this is the interest guy or a woman. That's a person who wants us just only of their interest. Imagine that way. They do have some kind of an interest, okay, and we are just a link in the chain, but without us the chain is not whole, right? So they really need us there, and it seems that they will try to promise us the world in order to have us there, okay, to have us a part of that chain. But make no mistake, as soon as the chain serves its purpose, they are gonna burn us right there with a blink of an eye, without having any remorse whatsoever. So we should strain from these people, okay, and it's gonna be very difficult for us to differentiate which is the gainingful enterprise, because that gainingful enterprise may be coming from a person, and then we will have a very tough time deciding, well, is that person genuine or not? So yeah, that is a very, very tough development. A hint from the cards, it is that the gainingful enterprise is gonna come from a place where we have been hurted from, okay? So, for example, you have asked for a promotion and you have been denied for whatever reason, but you have been denied for a reason that it is kind of like very generic, right? It's like they tell you, yeah, you are a good worker, I mean, you're a good asset, but I don't feel that you are ready enough, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean, right? I have failed the first time I was on the exam of my for my driving license. Here in my country we do have two exams. You have one exam that you have to over the law, right? You have one exam over the law, and then you do have one exam in the car driving around, and this exam is completely subjective. What I mean is that the person who is there is no point system whatsoever. Okay, it is just the person, you are at the person's mercy, you are at the examiner's mercy. And when I went through my 40 minutes of driving, he just said, well, you did not made any law violation, okay? You were driving correctly according to the law, but I feel that you are not mastering the car enough, whatever that's supposed to mean. I'm not a master of the car. I mean, what in the world, right? So you're not handling the car very well. My car, because we are, it's mandatory here to have your exam on sticks. Okay, you don't do automatics, so on sticks. And on sticks, if you don't know how to drive it, you can basically the car may run out, or rather like may extinguish mid roads. It's very important. You need to know how the clutch works basically, and that is 90% of driving the car. So my car, it never turned itself off. It never stuttered. It was just a normal drive. And so, but he didn't like it, I guess. And that is exactly how it went. That was my point. That is exactly how it went in the past. It was completely kind of like, it was fair but yet unfair way, because they tell you, yeah, you are not good enough, but in the same time they don't really tell you why you're not good enough. It's more like, it feels like they I don't know how to put it into words, but that is how it stands. And it seems that this time around we may be good enough. Okay, we may grow to be a good enough. So from such kind of a place, the gaining for enterprise is going to come about. And we should kind of like hello, Karen. So we should be open for it, okay? And don't hold the organization or the person, not like accountable, but don't hold any grievances toward them. Now the end of the week, though, it's quite interesting how it's gonna end up for us, and it seems that we are going to make some kind of strategies. I don't know about what, but it's going to be about a serious deal. Maybe we are going to make strategies about, how our business is going to move forward. Maybe we're going to make strategies about, I don't know, how our love life is going to move forward. But these strategies are going to end up being very, very effective. And these strategies are concerning problems, okay? So we are making those strategies because there is problem in it. There is problem that we have to address in one or another way, which may be completely unrelated with the gaining for enterprise that comes our way. So that was for Scorpio, and yeah, it's fun time, Ginger, driving sticks. So that was for Scorpio. Now we are entering into the second break, and one of you guys into that break is going to get a free reading with me. And all you got to do in order to participate into it is just input a question into the comments down below. And after about 5 minutes, I'm going to pick one of your questions and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Sticks are the proper way driving a car. Because you feel the engine, you have full control over the engine, and in fact, if your brake malfunctions, with sticks you can stop. You can almost simulate a handbrake, emergency brake. But if your emergency, it's just another form of brake. You can simulate it. You can literally do it. You are gonna break the engine, but you are gonna do it. You will stop. So yeah. And they also burn less fuel as well. Janella, thank you so much for your 20 US dollars. Make sure you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading over the transit. Thank you so much, Janella. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Shmuddy. Well, you can always rewind it. You can watch tomorrow and rewind it and find, navigate yourself to the end of the stream and find your reading there. Hey, JT. Did I ever think about membership on my YouTube channel? I don't know. That's the thing, because if I do open up membership, I kind of feel incentive to do more, like to give you guys emote icons, to have an exclusive content for the members. I don't know. I have to think about it. But yeah, that's a way to monetize, another way to monetize the channel. So yeah, I have been failed on the driving exam 3 fucking times. It was preposterous. Then I changed my instructor and I took it from the first try. Very proud. And after that, I understood that there were schemes going on. It's very common. Yeah, I know, Mattia. You are such a support. Thank you so much for all you do. It helps to block scammers. Not exactly, Ginger. Because being a member, because everybody still can kind of like, you know, enter into your live stream, watch your videos. Not really. Being open up membership, it is like a paid subscription. Okay, you I don't know, you membership yourself for the channel, and then I can kind of like have an exclusive videos only for you guys, for the members. But I have no idea how I'm gonna make them or even what I'm gonna make. Also, I can create emote icons for the members, which I don't know how to do as well. Hello, Emily. Welcome, welcome to the live stream. Well, yeah. Well, no, there was that was the thing. This is what I do suspect. It is because the company I was working for was paying for the exams and for the courses, and my instructor kind of was a close, not close friend, but they knew each other. I mean, my boss and that and the instructor, they knew each other, and I think that the instructor on purposely kind of like failed me so it can get more money. All right, because you have to pay extra if you are failed first time. You gotta pay extra for hours, then you have to pay for another exams, which are quite of a money for our standards. And I do believe that she was trying to milk all she got. Okay, all she got, or all she could. I'm sorry, she was trying to milk it, because it is just you know, first time, all right, I wasn't handling the car very well, but that's possible. But the second time, I was just driving on a straight road, and that guy that was the examiner, he just jumped on my wheel saying that I was about to hit a wall. I mean, what in the world? I'm in the middle of the road, driving straight forward. How am I to hit not the wall but the curb? Okay, how am I to hit the curb? I mean, are you crazy? But you don't get to object. I mean, they fail you and you don't get to object. And yeah, Sean, thank you so much for your $20 US. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, Sean, where you're gonna get your personalized reading over the transit. And JT as well, thank you so much for your $20 US. Thank you guys, you're so generous tonight. Thank you so much. Make sure you both stick around up until the end for your personal readings, personalized readings. Oh, there is a course for that, Mattia. Yeah, that's an idea. I'm gonna think about it. Thank you for opening this topic. All right, let's get to the free reading. We do have one pressing issue here. Is it good to buy a house for us this summer, or should we wait? Ginger asks. Let's check it out, Ginger. Oh no, don't worry. If I need help, I will kind of like I will know to reach out to you. But for now, I think I am good. Pisces Moonbeam is gonna figure this one out, don't you? uh, how do I approach that? What is the reason, Ginger? What is the reason you want to buy a home this summer? Nonetheless, you answer or not, I do have your answer here. Or you kind of like clarify or not, I do have your answer here. But I still need, I still would like to know what is your intention buying the house? Why do you want to buy a house? Anna, thank you so much for your $20 as well. Thank you so much, Anna. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end as well, where you're gonna get your personalized reading over the weekend or for the weekend. I'll wait a little bit longer before if you are to answer. I do need your input because I do want to be a little bit more specific, and in order to do so, I need to know a little bit more information. We sold our house and the money is sitting there. I do not know if the timing is right now or wait. All right, so those are the cards. We do have the Three of Pentacles with the moon, and right there from these two, that is a goal thing, okay? That is like going forward with it. And then we do have these two, which pretty much speaks that, you know, that is just the way you do it. You are going to buy a house one way or another, okay? And you go forward with it right now. The prices are up to negotiations. It's very important that you do negotiate the price of the property you end up liking, let's put it that way. And yeah, pretty much that of what the cards are showing. It's a good time to buy a house in the summer. Yeah. As the money are sitting in the bank, we do have the Three of Cups. It doesn't look like that they're gonna lose any value, but still, you know, buying a house now and buying the house after the summer, it's just whatever, right? I mean, you're gonna buy it anyway, so why don't you buy it right now? Even without even tarot cards, and I am not a financial expert, but kind of like you have to be out of this world not to notice that the inflation is kind of like galloping. It's not just walking and running, it's galloping. And the homes now the homes are going to be way more expensive after the summer. So yeah, I mean, even without tarot cards, you should kind of like, if you are to buy something, now is the time, because the prices are quadrupling themselves. All right, so that was the free reading, couple of minutes, and I'm gonna move to the last four star signs, which are going to be Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and finally we go to Pisces. Oh, no worries, Ginger. They are. I mean, I don't know about USA, but I can tell you here it's atrocious. Things are costing triple from what they costed at the start of this year. It was just ridiculous. Emily, thank you so much for your $20 US. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end of the live stream, where you're going to get your personalized reading for the week. You do that very well, and I suck in it. I am not very good into negotiations. I am actually, in fact, I am terrible when it comes to negotiations. But I do have faith in you. I mean, I do believe that you are going to handle. True enough. True enough, Mattia. Actually, it is because Russia now stopped the the gas supplies to the Eastern Europe and to the Southeastern Europe. It's kind of like it's a difficult situation here right now. Thank God our country is not gasified enough. Okay, I mean only factories are running on gas. Homes, we are warming ourselves with air conditioners, which are on electricity rather than gas. So, and when I say gas, I mean methane. Well, Anna, Gemini, Cancer was a good one. Gemini was kind of like so-so, for what I remember. Gemini a bit rough, yeah. Yeah, I know that you are in the real estate business, and to buy something in the United States right now, I believe it's gonna cost you a kidney, half of your liver, and probably your heart, right? And one of your lungs. You sell those, and you may qualify to buy something. Was it a lot like Virgo? I kind of lost track and could not make a comparison, but if you say so, Ginger. Right, so moving next, we do have Sagittarius. Now, first one for Sagittarius, that is going to be the Page of Pentacles, followed by the second one, which stands as the Page of Cups. Moving next, we do have a Temperance. And the final one for Sagittarius, this is going to be the Six of Cups. So it's kind of like a carefree week for us, guys, because I do have a pretty strong, huge stellium into Sagittarius. That's why I do say us. Although I can't kind of like feel Sagittarius, but I do believe it influences me pretty much. So the additional card to the Page of Cups is going to be Eight of Pentacles. Just let me put those cards on my desk here. Please chill. Now we do have a whiner, right? A whiner. In a sense of that this is a person who kind of like has a expectations, right? They do have a specific understanding of how things should be handled, whether into our career or whether into our love life. And when they see that things are not handled in the way they think the things should be handled, they start to, and I can't really say a whiner or a person who whines, but they kind of like start becoming very emotionally distorted even. It's like you can feel that they don't feel well at all. And that's not going to be a good state for us as well, because it seems that we have something toward this person. I mean, that could be your child, for example. Okay, they kind of like, they thought that if they bring up good grades, you are going to buy them, I don't know, the new generation consoles. But unfortunately for them, that's not exactly how it's going to play out, is it? So they get very disappointed, and you know, they get very down, and you kind of like feel for your child. But if you do buy them the oldest gen, or rather like the newest generation consoles, kind of like, basically what you're doing is throwing the school out of the window, right? So yeah, it's just a disappointment that this person is going to go through with us, because you know, what they want is kind of like not fitting exactly in what we are willing to give. So there is a chance for a compromise, though. We do have the Temperance into the third position, and so while it cannot be their way, it shouldn't be ours either, and we can definitely reach some kind of a compromise that is going to serve both of us. Okay, it's going to be an option, or rather like a path forward, that will be kind of like so, and both of the parties are going to be satisfied. Now on another with wine, yeah, that's also a version, that's also a way to handle it, I would say. But with these two cards, with the Page of Pentacles and the Temperance that we do have here, it seems that within the week we are gonna focus exclusively on something. Could be a person, okay, could be an enterprise, whatever the case. But what we're gonna focus on, it is that we are finding a huge not wealth but value. All right, we do find a huge value into this thing, either huge value into the business enterprise, or huge value into the person we just introduced ourselves to, or a person that we're hanging out for quite a while now. And as we do find a value, or in other words, we do find out that it's actually worth fighting for or going for it, whatever the case. And with the Temperance, it seems that we're going to find a way. Okay, up until this point, it could have been a struggle, you know, who knows? It could be struggle for some of us, but we are going to find the way into the upcoming week, because at the end here with the Six of Cups, we, or you, Sagittarius, you are doomed of pleasure. Okay, you are doomed to find pleasure into your work, to find pleasure into your love life, to find pleasure within your friendships as well. So no matter how much that individual here, whether it is your child or your partner or your coworker, tries to manipulate your mood, it's a lost cause for them, and they will not gonna be able to. Okay, so despite them, you are gonna end up very well satisfied emotionally at the end of the week. Right, so that was Sagittarius. Now moving next, we do have Capricorn. All right, first one for you, Capricorns, Five of Pentacles. It is the first one, followed by the King of Wands. Moving next, we do have the Queen of Wands, and finally, that is going to be the High Priestess. Oh my God! Right. Let me find the best way to deliver. Okay, let me find the best way to deliver. I would need 2 more cards. All right, so for the King of Wands, the card is Eight of Pentacles. Okay, And for the Queen of Wands, the card is the Strength. So we have the cause of your issues. It's this one. And the escape of your issues is this one. Well, lucky you. All right, so the cause of your problems. We do have a person. It's a given here. The King of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so these two cards. And how do I go mildly about it? That's an individual who is concerned only and with themselves. Okay, they're their wellness consumes them. All right, I don't know how to put it into words, but this is how they prioritize. All right, so their priorities are me, again, me, and maybe my children after that. Okay, and after that maybe though these that are kind of like kind to me, or the person that I am seeing, and so on and so forth. So that's somebody who is how can I put it into words? They are consumed by themselves, okay, and it's just compromises. It's they are out of the question. For them, it's even at some points they may kind of like go forward with it's like a game for them. The worst it is that they do not understand the damage they are causing, whether it is a big one or a small one. Okay, but they are causing a damage, and it is just they will not going to learn, unfortunately, for it is who they are. Now let's not dwell anymore with this unpleasant individual and go to the next one. So we do have another individual here, which is the Queen of Wands, catalyzed with the Strength card. Now that is a very powerful one. Now this one, it's far more powerful than the King of Wands. First of all, this is a active neutrals. Okay, active neutrals, and neutrals through the elements of dignity is seen. They are not very strong combo. All right, they are very weak when it comes to moving forward. The only redeeming quality of the neutrals, it is that they give you a lot of room to go around, and that is actually working to your detriment here, because this person have a lot of room to go around. I mean, they literally don't need you, but you are into their feet, so why not? Why the hell not, right? However, the other one, it's this person here, Queen of Wands, with the Strength card. Now, Queen of Wands, these people, they are very attractive by a definition. They don't have to be even beautiful or even, how can I, handsome, all right? They just attract people either with their behavior. Well, they don't attract them with, they don't exactly attract with behavior. They attract with sense. What I mean is that this person knows very well what you need. Okay, they kind of like they understand your weaknesses. They understand your strengths. They understand your afflictions. They understand your virtues, and they can accept you for everything. Okay, it is just, you may think that you do have certain disadvantages, completely okay with them. You may think that you are lacking something, that's fine with them as well. For what you are lacking, they can provide. And with this Strength card, there is some kind of a passion in between you and this one. The Strength, it's just this ignition, okay, especially with the Queen of Wands. It's the illumination, the conflagration, probably it is the word that I should say. It is undeniable Because with the Strength card, that Queen of Wands, they don't need any confirmation how much you worth, or you know, how good you are. They know very well, and there is nothing in this world that is gonna make them walk away unless you ask them to do so. So what kind of a person that could be? Well, that could be an advisor of yours, okay? Or it could be a very good friend. It could be as well a family member. It could be also a potential lover. I don't think it's a lover because there is no dependency. I mean, this person, the Queen of Wands, kind of gives you freedom. With the Strength card, there is no dependency attached. Here, however, the dependency is kind of there, okay? It's because for one or another reason, I mean, you are within the not the bullseye, but into the target of the King of Wands. It is just, you know, you are not the bullseye there, unfortunately. But here you are important. Now, as the Queen of Wands is willing to give you freedom, that can go both ways, because you are free not to be important for the Queen of Wands. Okay, you are free not to be important for them, and it's going to be okay. It is just you are not going to see any tantrums. You're not going to see any convincing from their behalf as well, and therefore, and you may mistake that for a disconcern. I do believe that we're talking about the love situation, because at the end we do have the High Priestess, and that in the love world, it kind of speaks about soulmates. It is where two souls bond, or many souls bond, but in this case, two souls bond. And if you think, well, why can I not detach from you know, the King of Wands very quickly? Well, it is because of the King of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. Well, there are two ways how this card is playing around. Either it's a part of your lifestyle. It is just, let's say you like mean boys. It is kind of like you like those bad boys, right? Or mean girls. These kind of tough guys that they are not, they don't stand for nothing else but making trouble. Okay, you just fall for such kind of a guy. You very well know that, you know, nothing really that cannot lead to anything good, but still you are feeling attached, and it's very difficult for you to withdraw. Or you were going through, or even you are going through the same issues right now, and you are seeing, kind of like you are seeing very in common into the problems you are facing, but in the same time, this is not commonality. It is just going through similar situations doesn't make you alike, okay? It doesn't make you compatible. Just because, you know, you have troubles in your family and they have troubles in their family, that doesn't make you compatible. It just makes you two souls having the misfortune to deal with the same time at the same place. What makes you compatible is actually, you know, how you feel when you are around them, in a sense of, how do you feel secured? Because feeling tingled, everybody can feel that way, right? And kind of like feeling these butterflies in your stomach. It's that's the thing, but feeling secured, it's another, right? So yeah, it's a tough, not a tough week, but it's a lot that you have to handle into the upcoming week. And above everything else, I think it's time for you to make your choice, okay, of how you want to go about your emotional states. I mean, if you don't do it for anybody else, do it for yourself. Just make up your mind how you want to go about moving forward. With that said, moving next, we do have Aquarius. You're welcome, Blue Eyes. For Aquarius, we do have the Empress, followed by the Seven of Cups. Moving next, that will be the Three of Swords. And the final one, we have the Nine of Swords. And funny thing, I am Scorpio with a rising Aquarius. So in Scorpio reading, we had the Three of Swords into the third position, and into Aquarius reading, we have the Three of Swords into the third position. So, as fate may have it, it really wants me to liberate myself from any kind of presumptions whatsoever. It literally tells me you are good enough. Okay, you are better than you think, which I still cannot fathom, but that's literally what at least to me what those readings are telling me. In any case, for Aquarius, it seems that the upcoming week is going to be more of a reflective week, okay? Like you will truly sit down and reflect upon stuff in life. And it's very possible that you may take a week off work or a week off family, for example, because you don't want to find yourself into the midst of the activity. It is all about detaching yourself from the midst of all of the activities that you lost a touch of reality. Okay, that you just don't know what to do with them anymore, and it's likely that you are going to find the answer for that, and it is likely that the answer is not going to be something under normal circumstances you would like, but into the presented circumstances you will have nothing against it. And once you kind of like make up your mind, or once you kind of like analyze your situations, love situations, family situations, you know, career situations as well, you will re-enter into those activities and make up your choice, make up your decisions, which are going to be very well found decisions. Should you make it or break it? Should you go with it or not? Should you take on the chance or not? And so on and so forth. And the beauty of all that, Aquarius, it is that you will be fully prepared for the consequences of whatever your choice brings you. You will gonna fully understand them, and you are gonna be fully prepared. Also, into the upcoming week, it's very possible that you are going to start forging a plan, which is going to be very, very tangible. It's not going to be a plan that is going to be just a wishful thinking. It's going to be a plan that is going to be very, very possible. Just only possible, but almost having it in the back. You're still absorbing the Capricorn reading. It was a nice reading. The cards really spoke there. Okay, they literally spoke. That's why it was a bit it was a bit long. I think that many of you are trying to process the Capricorn reading. It is just the chat froze when I was going through Capricorn. The chat literally froze. Hello, Lisa. And last but not least, we are going for Pisces. First one for Pisces, Queen of Pentacles, with the second one of the Four of Cups. Moving next, we do have for you guys Six of Pentacles for Pisces. And the final one, that is going to be the Eight of Wands. A very chilled week, really, for Pisces. In fact, you Pisces, it's all within your hands. Okay, that is very easy reading and a very chilled week, like I said. Because it's all within your hands. If you decide that you are well situated and you literally don't need anything more, you can just go about your you know, mundane stuff, ordinary stuff you do every single week, and the week is going to be just as normal as it can get, okay, with no ups and downs whatsoever, a plateau. From another hand, you can basically decide that you are bored and truly provoke some kind of a new circumstances. And this is going to make your week very interesting, but one idea slightly more difficult. Okay, because some of these are some of the aspects of these of that new enterprise or these new enterprises are going to catch you off guard, and even at the end of the week it's gonna feel like you a little bit rushed it forward. You did it a bit premature. Now nonetheless, at the end of the week, Pisces, it seems that things are gonna speed up, and this routine is no longer gonna be boring in any way, but these openings that are gonna start from the end of this week moving forward, they are going to be natural rather than you forcing them to happen. This is going to be the difference, and therefore they are going to be way more easier to develop, and as well way more beneficial to take advantage of. I am something that I need to warn you here. It is that there are still potentials within your current domain, whether within your current relationship, or whether within your current project, or whether within your current business deal, that you are not developing. What does this really mean? Well, if for example you are negotiating a price, that reading here shows that there is a potential that price to be more favorable to you. Okay, so do not close the negotiations yet. Okay, if the other side is not adamant in any way that you can't milk them anymore. Okay. Another thing of these cards, it is that yeah, I mean, you can kind of like ask for help into the upcoming week, but the help is not really going to deal with the problem until you kind of like roll up your sleeves and do it yourself. So yeah, that is a mantra into the upcoming week. If you want to do something right, you gotta do it yourself, Pisces. That is only for Pisces though. And that will conclude the 12 star signs. And now the last free reading is going to take place, guys. So within the next 5 minutes, you can ask a question into the comments down below that you want me to address with tarot. And after those 5 minutes, one of you is going to get free reading where I'm going to answer to your question with a professional reading. And after that, so we are jumping to the super chat readings. Anyone who supports the channel and the stream, me, Pisces Moonbeam as well, through super chat is gonna get a reading at the end of the stream, regardless are they picked or not for the free readings into those breaks. And of course, if you do wish a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, and at the very front page you're gonna see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. That depends what, Lisa. Not everything can be done by yourself. Well, I guess it can, but kind of is better when you do it with another person. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, stay happy too, if you can. Well, listen, if you don't take care for your own happiness, no one else is going to. That's unfortunate, but it is true. What kind of a question is that, Sean? Are you Sherry's queen? Of 1 second? Well, what is that? I don't understand the question. Ah, okay. Oh, the Queen of Wands. You could be. You could be. That would be freaking nice, isn't it? But why not? Hey, why not? We are Queen of Wands to somebody, right? Why not being the Queen of Wands of Sherry? Alright, guys, no questions. Therefore, moving straight away to the super chat. Dying Sean. You have a plane between you two? Oh, thank you, Ginger. Oh, okay. Uh, all right, first one, Mattia. Your upcoming week, Mattia. So we do have. Hold on a second. We do have the Eight of Wands with the second card of the Two of Cups. So Mattia, into the upcoming week, it seems that how can I put it into words? It's more of a solo week for you, okay? Where it will be better if you do plan activities solely by yourself, not involving anybody else. So, for example, if you do want to go to a cinema, do it by yourself. If you do want to, I don't know, go shopping, don't take your husband with you, and so on and so forth. That is because it seems that there is going to be some kind of a lack of understanding or lack of fathom why you are doing certain stuff. And you know, it's just people who are not going to be able to fathom what pleasure you see into what you are doing. Now, other than that, the week is going to be rather quite fast for you, Mattia, and there are going to be numerous opportunities for you to kind of like enjoy yourself with enterprises that you would find enthusiastic and as well very, very interesting. That's the case. On the front of love, by the look of those cards, Mattia, it's not a good week for love at all, and that is because people that are around you, their ego and as well their shyness are going to be exaggerated, and that is to say the least. They are going to be through the roof. So you know, under normal circumstances where you share with your beloved one, whether it is your husband, boyfriend, lover, or whatever, you will find it very difficult to share into the upcoming week. Don't kind of like take it personal. That's just how things are. That is just the environment, and just try to kind of like kill that unpleasant feeling with you going out and doing something that you would enjoy. SLCH 77 or I don't know. Thank you so much for your 22 US dollars. Make sure that you do stick around a little bit longer, where you're gonna get your personalized reading for the week. All right, Ella, you walked away, so is Claudio going to reach out? I cannot tell you for certain, Ella. What I can do is check on the attitude that Claudio is going to have toward it. Is he plan to do it so? Is he has an affinity for that or not? First one is going to be the Five of Wands with the King of Swords. What's going on with the Ace of Pentacles? Okay, so those three cards, and it's a very tough and very complicated situation. Okay, right now Claudio, I would say it's a bit of a mess. He doesn't know what to do, but definitely he wants to. Well, that's the issue. I don't know. Does he know even why you walked away? And I mean, you may give him the reason, but does he really know what is wrong with him that you don't like? Do you emphasize on that? Because according to these cards, it seems that he is trying to kind of like put his brain cells on a double time to understand, you know, why that should happen. I mean, he just can't again fathom, you know, how it came to that. So I do believe, while he is kind of like hoping that there is going to be some kind of an incentive and some kind of a chance for him to, you know, do it without admitting guilt, it's better that you do it yourself. Okay, it's better that you do it and reach out to him and just, you know, explain yourself why you did that way. And if he's willing to find a way, you know, things to work out in between you two. Well, it could go both ways, Ella. It's with that Five of Wands, it could go truly both ways. Five of Wands, it is when everything can happen, but there is it's better chance of yes than no, because with the Five of Wands, what is a failure, it could easily become success. Right? That is what the Five of Wands is very good at, transforming failures into success. But having that King of Swords next to it, things has to really be talked through thoroughly, not emotionally, that is as well. I mean, you have to be very explanatory when it comes to conversations, but there should be one more conversation, that's the very least. Sam, your week, it is with the lovers, and the week is going to be very, very harmonious for you, Sam. Also, you can expect certain troubles that you do have, issues and problems to simply be no longer there. Okay, so they will literally going to resolve themselves on their own accord. As the lover stands, you know, you may start falling in love with somebody, or, you know, you can grow new love interest. Is going to be mutual, but the problem with the lovers is that you both are going to be very, very different from one another, and it all comes to that. Can you see those differences as something that makes you special for one another or not? If you happen to have to make a decisions in the next week, know that whichever way is going to work for you. Danny, we do have the Queen of Swords for you for the upcoming week. And this upcoming week, Danny, it's the week where you really have to press hard. If something else, okay, Danny, this is the week where you can push it through. The overwhelming odds which may be stacked against you, you can definitely push them through into the upcoming week. Karen, thank you so much for the second question of Pisces Moonbeam, whatever that question is, I don't know it. And Naomi, thank you for your $2 as well. It's I mean, put them into the list. All right, so moving next. One last thing, Danny. Into the upcoming week, if you do have any certain issues with you, for example, medical issues, for example, financial issues, consulting yourself with a professional it's very likely to resolve your problems. Like going on a physician, medical doctor, you know, business consultant, whatever, and what not you need. Ginger, your week, we do have the Death card with the Sun card. A rough one, but with a very positive ending, Ginger. Now, this is the week of dropping off heavy burdens from your shoulder. Although not the way you would love to do it. So the way you love to go forward is going to be that direction, but the way that you will have a benefits from is going to be that direction, so completely opposite to one another. That may concern habits, okay? Maybe you love smoking and you really love smoking more than I do, and I really love smoking, but for one or another reason you have to quit smoking, so such kind of a week you are going to have, okay? And it's just is gonna feel very awkward. That's the whole thing, and at least at the very start, is not going. You are not gonna feel pleasure for any of it. But these severances, let's call it that way. So these severances, whether with habits, whether with people, right, that are no longer appropriate, and so on and so forth, are gonna clear out a lot of room into your life, which room you can kind of like start filling up with new perspectives, new enterprises that are gonna be way more beneficial for you. Sarah, will you gonna get job soon in retail? We do have the Six of Swords, Sarah, for you. It's a so-so card. Is it possible? Yes. But the card kind of like suggests the couple of things, that you are either not looking at in the right place or you're not looking at in the right way. One of the two. Which one is it? Well, that depends on what situation you are in. It also may suggest that you are hoping that it's gonna pretty much fall to you, like, you know, some kind of a retailing company is gonna reach out to you because they dreamt of you. I don't know why. You have to actively start looking for a job in there, but it is possible that you can get a job in retail soon, although it will be based on your actions. There is something you are afraid of doing or crossing a certain line that you have in order to get the job. Liz, your week, Seven of Cups. So Liz, next week, what's the beauty of the Seven of Cups? It is that no matter what you do, you cannot screw the things around in such a way that there is going to be no fixing them, okay? And literally, that puts you in a place where you can get away with a lot of stuff. Although, if you kind of like press your luck, you can truly end up quite disappointed of development of one or another situation. With the Seven of Cups, it's very important to be grounded and to be objective about how you stand and where you stand in regards to your love life or in regards to your career. If you have lost hope into something, don't scratch it out. The true choice, or rather like the real verdict, or is it possible or not, is yet to be served. Okay, so don't fall into despair if you see that something you want isn't coming around. It has not been decided yet. Brenda, will Kurt communicate today? Seven of Swords. Well, that depends, Brenda. That depends. Kurt is going to communicate with you if he thinks that you were unfair or you owe him something. Let's say that you were together and he walked away. Let's say it that way. He walked away, but kind of he left you a phone, okay, or he left in your house some kind of trinkets and so on and so forth. So he is gonna call out, but only for the things he thinks you owe him. With that card, I don't think that Kurt's, with his current state that is, and attitude, really worth it. Taco, thank you so much for your 22 US dollars, and make sure you do stick around a little bit longer, Taco, where you're gonna get a personalized reading for the week as well. Salutations, yeah. All right, Shmadi, your week as Four of Cups. Homemade chocolates. That's great. I hope that they become really tasty. To me, that's like rocket science. I know it isn't, but to me, at least, it is. So, Mari, your week, we do have the Four of Cups with the Knights of Cups. It's an important week, Shmari. Because what those two cards are really talking about, it is that you kind of became, I don't know, I can't say really indifferent. It's more like, you know, you do have certain wishes, like everybody has certain wishes, but you kind of stop making efforts. I don't know why, but it is just what those cards are pointing. And the upcoming week, Shmadi, the efforts are going to be resumed. And I mean, you're really going to make an effort to resume those efforts. Because although the cards are very emotional, it's more of a mental work. So what happens is that into the upcoming week, you will remember your goal. You will remember how you would feel if your goal becomes true. And that is going to push you into putting the efforts, the worthy efforts, one more time. You have sat on the same place for far too long, Shmadi. It's time for you to start doing some progress, and you are going to start doing progress into the upcoming week. You are going to start getting closer and closer to the dreams of your heart. Jennifer, any good about anything about my job? So the Knights of Swords for you with the Five of Swords. Yeah, in fact, it's time for you to think of yourself. First and foremost, you do have some important decisions to make according to these cards. And making compromises, sacrifice with yourself, it's definitely not an option available, okay, at all. I mean, you're gonna end up losing, and not just only losing, being humiliated. A very dangerous situation, and dangerous in the sense of that you can shoot yourself in the foot, okay? So whatever you decide to do, or to take a project, or whatever maneuver you are considering, it has to be selfish, because everybody else is doing that in your job, at least according to these cards. It may not look like it, because that's the Five of Swords, you know, it's this card where you don't really know who your enemy is, but believe me, there are enemies. There are people who are gonna burn you in a blink of an eye, and you have to be prepared to do the same thing as well. Another thing about your job is don't enter into conflicts and battles you do not know you can win. Do not rely on chance, and whenever you decide to go for something, make sure you really want it, because the war is gonna be fierce for it. Pisces Moonbeam, to your question, the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, it's going to. Karen, your week, we do have the Ten of Cups, and this is going to be quite of a fulfilling week for you, Karen. Let's put it that way, okay? If at this point your life didn't have much meaning, for example, to yourself, a life always have meaning, but you know, sometimes we fall into these holes where we don't see any reason to keep up going. You know, we don't see why we have to keep on with our lives. Well, if your life lost worth, is that worth either through event that happens all of a sudden, or slowly, progressively is going to start regaining back its worth? And on a material scale, Karen, next week, whatever activities you are part of, you are going to be happy with the results. Janelle, your week, we do have the Three of Cups with the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords. I love these cards, Janelle, because it seems that you are gonna clash with people that definitely do not share your opinion. They do not share your perception of the world around you. They do not share your vision, and if you will, they do not share your opinion, and you wouldn't care less for that. It will be like you don't give a dime that these people don't correlate and align with you. It would be pretty much irrelevant. Do you know why? Well, it is because they may not share your opinion, they may not share your side, they may not share your view or the way you perform, but surprise, surprise, your performance and the way you do stuff, they are gonna produce results. So you wouldn't care what anyone thinks if you end up being satisfied and happy with the results, which are gonna be there, that you are going to produce. And one more thing here with those cards, Janelle, it is that there is something that you have a pretty grim, let's say, a grim expectation of. Not like grim, but it's kind of like unpleasant expectation of, well, it's gonna end up better than you think. Next one, that is gonna be Sean. Well, that's great, Pisces Moonbeam, but you know, your question, it involves a lot of cards. I don't want to treat you better than I treat everybody here, okay? So I can't answer that question. In the given circumstances, I can, but in the given circumstances, I can't. Let me get a closer look. Oh, you deleted it. You're very quick to do so. No double standards here. Yeah, so Sean, 8 of Pentacles for you, mate. With 2 of Swords. I love that. Oh my god, I love that. All right, that's a nice one. Okay. You finally kind of build up the courage to ask this one, eh? Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna read it. It's gonna be our secret, okay? Hey, Brittany. I love this one, mate. Sean. So, do you know what these 3 cards are telling us? They're not telling us, mate. They are screaming out loud. It's because you are loitering. I mean, there is... look at these 2. Look at these 2. These 2 are pretty much... They're not even screaming. They're more like ululating to you that you are almost out of time in a sense of setting out or setting up. You are on a verge of losing a great opportunity, and the upcoming week there is something, I don't know what it is, okay, but there is something you worked for a very long time to be able to happen, and it is time in the next couple of weeks to initiate it. Maybe you are planning to make a business for a very long time, or you are planning to get your wife on an amazing holiday for a very, very long time, or you are planning, I don't know, you're planning something, or you're preparing something, and you are loitering with all that. It's prepared or planned as good as it can, and you gotta do it now, yesterday. And I can maybe the other 2 cards, or the other elemental dignity that we have, these 2, maybe they may be divulging why you are not doing it. Maybe you are in a position where you feel like you need a little bit more support, okay? But you have all the support in the world that you need. And with these 2 cards here, you are going to be supported through the development of this plan or a preparation, but you have to start it in the upcoming week. Let's not call it now, but into the upcoming week. It is, the time is almost overdue. All right, it's almost overdue. JT, your card, JT, 9 of Cups, with the, oh my god, the Chariot. And then we do have the Knight of Wands, like that. So, the name of your game, consistency. Do you know what those cards are like? These cards are like people that... Well, I don't know how to find it into words. Let me get a gulp of water, all right? Before I move forward. Oh, yes. Oh, you're welcome, Sean. So these cards are like people that it's not like it's never enough. It is enough, but they can kind of like always want a little bit more, all right? A little bit more. And but you wanting more and more, you do have that insatiable hunger for variety. It's not like you want kind of like riches or big things. It's just like you want variety, and this insatiable hunger for a variety, it may jeopardize the current happiness that you are sitting into. Okay, these 2 cards here that we do have, these are a passive enemies, and that is the interest. You constantly boosting your interest with new stuff, with new enterprising stuff, is jeopardizing the 9 of Cups, which is the fullness of life, sensual joy, and a long-lasting happiness. Because you got it. I mean, you do have these rare conditions with the Chariot card where it was almost unfathomable to set up that happiness, but you did it. And now with this insatiable hunger for varieties, constantly to have something to do, constantly to have something exciting around and so on and so forth, is grinding it out. It's grinding your happiness, and it may collapse very, very soon. So for the love of God, put some brakes on that behavior. Anna, your week, Four of Swords with the Three of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. Wow. Oh, well, misunderstandings and disagreements are the name of your game. It seems that you are going to have a lot of conversations with people with people around you. That's one way how we can read these cards. Or the other way how we can read these cards, it is where you, Anna, address lifestyles that you are maintaining right now that you are not happy of at all. But I do believe that is going to be the very first the first interpretation. So what it happens, it is that somebody did you wrong, or somebody said something that they were not in a place of saying. It could be that many people did that, and it's a payback time. Okay, it's a payback time where you are going to address this person, and you are going to address the damage they caused, or the distortion they caused, the inconvenience they caused, and you're going to make sure that they're going to pay for it, because they will. And rest assured, here, through you addressing and confronting these people, you will resolve quite a fair share of problems that you are facing right now, especially problems with people. But should it be the lifestyle, there is going to be quite of a contemplation and deliberation of how to change your lifestyle, and you are going to end up, fixing the issue with the lifestyle, should you have such. Emily, your card, it is the Tower with the Hierophant. Well, that's great, Sean. That's great. So, Emily, oh my God, in the Ten of Pentacles. So these three for you, Emily. How do I go about that? It's a tough read. I don't want you to end up misunderstanding me. So, okay, so let's approach it that way. You do have some kind of understanding of the world, right? And this understanding is you have more or less built up your environment being comfy into this understanding. And into the upcoming week, this understanding you have gone. It's gonna be pretty much decimated. Let's say that your understanding, just I will give you an example. Let's say that your understanding is that you have to toil to become rich. And suddenly into the upcoming week, you do have that insight that rich people, they are never, not genuine, but how can I put it into words? They always did something nefarious, right? Because there is that, or not exactly, legit. There is that that parable or that say in our country, when you meet the rich people, it's a no-go to ask them for their first million, because the first million is always acquired by some kind of a shady, deal, or kind of like on the edge of the law deal, right? So I'm not saying that such an understanding you're going to come by to, but there is going to be, in this week, you are going to start seeing that things, you know, are not working out exactly the way you are comfortable with them, or it's no different than you may have some kind of an understanding of love, and into the upcoming week that understanding is going to start changing out, and you will kind of like grow to adopt that love is developing in a different way than what your understanding is now. This is going to be a bit shocking, you know, but and it's going to put you in a bit of an uncomfortable status. In fact, in some points throughout the week, you may feel like, you know, you have wasted your time by that point. That's kind of untrue, because even if you have not accomplished any results by now, that served as a lesson, because otherwise you wouldn't adopt these new understandings. In any case, once this process is done, your life is going to be nurtured and healed, and whatever you are lacking of, you will acquire after that, after this process. So it's a very spiritual week for you. Okay, it's a very spiritually growing week that it is coming about. Next one is going to be SLCH, but let me shuffle the cards. Hello, Rose. We are doing just fine. All right. The Empress for you with the Three of Cups. That's great. And the Ten of Swords. So it's great. Sherry. All right, Sherry. Oh, you are... Oh my God. All right. So you're Sean's queen. All right, Sherry. Yeah, it's a great week, but it's on a hot seat. Yeah, I can imagine. It's a great... Let me continue. So it's a great week, but you can really mess things around. Now, we do have these two, okay? And this is the real... this is the situation where you know what you are saying, what you are doing, or what decision you are making is wrong, okay? You know that it is wrong, but you do it anyway, out of an ego, or just because you're not used to back on your word, okay? Or it is because, I don't know, or it's because of it's a form of punishment, right? For example, Sean, you want to punish Sean, and you know that what you are saying or doing is wrong, but you do it anyway, because it doesn't matter if you're going to feel bad. The point is that Sean is going to feel bad, right? That is just an example. You do not do these things into the upcoming week. In fact, upcoming week, you have to be you have to touch with finesse and with a silk glove. It's a say that we do have. Instead of crushing your situations under the iron fist of your control, you have to kind of like caress it instead. And that way you will position yourself in a very, very comfortable spot. Okay, because it is important that you do not kind of like force these situations. I have a better word to use, but it's a slur, so I'm not going to use it. Or it is a very uncomfortable word, so I'm not going to use it. But what happens within this week, it is that probably you and Sean will have to make a choice, some kind of a decision. It's not a choice, it's not a mandatory choice. It's a decision, for example, what you are going to do with I don't know, with the free time you have, okay? Or it's a decision of how you are going to spend certain holiday. And it is very important that you both come up to it's not even satisfiable, but desirable option available, because that is very possible. That is the reason for your week. It may not be with Sean, it may be with a friend of yours, like a girlfriend you have that, you know, you are planning to go out shopping and these kind of stuff. Or it could be with a business partner you have, you know, some kind of a decision how to expand on the business, whatever the case. But the thing is that if you are unyielding about your standpoint, you cannot find a common ground. And here results which are going to be there to stay, and they're going to have a huge impact upon your life, are going to be forged on the mind made up in between you and the other people around you into the upcoming week, coming from these two cards, and results are going to follow immediately. Okay, so as soon as you, for example, if you are that way I said first, where you are crushing your situation, you will crush your situation under your control, and you will grow to regret it immediately. Not just only immediately, but due the time you are crushing it, you are gonna grow to regret it. And as the Ten of Swords stands, once you do it, there is no going back from it. Okay, so that is not something you can say sorry and kind of like swipe it under the rug after that. So it's very important that even if your ego is somewhat, you know, touched, hurt, bite your tongue, because otherwise it will, the consequences are going to be far worse. Thank you, Ginger. I love you too. Pisces Moonbeam, to your question. Page of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing, Pisces Moonbeam. You do have a history in regards to that question. And as soon as this history has an influence, no. But as soon as the history is buried, then yes. Naomi, you had a question. How does how does May look for me on a creative project? So let's check it out, Naomi. It's a Page of Swords. It's a bit of a conflicting month. And that is because I don't know if this project involves other people, but it's going to be rather quite difficult for you, Naomi, to get through to these people. It's just that creative project is not going to be seen the way you see it from others. And that is going to make it a bit difficult for you to push it through. Now, on the positive side, you may come up with some genius idea about the project that nobody else thought of, right? And going further down the road, you may kind of like surprise many people. And also about the project, be open for help, because into the upcoming months of May, very unexpected help may come your way. Taco, your week, we do have the Nine of Swords for you with the Ace of Wands, and then we do have the Two of Swords. Those two cards. It's you are gonna move in between the drops into the upcoming week. It suits you, really. It suits you. Wow. You can. It's called forgiveness. Okay, this is how it's called. It's called forgiveness. It's independent project. Then it relates more to the brilliant idea that's still, it's not going to be seen very for what it is from others, and also the unexpected help. So it's not going to be as individual as it is. But the project is great. I mean, you are going in a very, how can I put it into words? Unorthodox way about it, and if you do have competition in the field, you are going to catch them off guard, definitely. So Taco, yeah, in between the drops, it truly suits you, because the upcoming week, it seems that you're gonna stumble upon rather quite profitable and as well gainingful activity, like for example new project or new business, right? Or in generally something quite new that you will find rather very interesting, but it's gonna carry on a lot of risk with it. Well, good for you. It is that, and this is why you are gonna move in between the drops. It is because you are not pressed with time, and as time progresses, and because you're not gonna feel the incentive to act right now, the wrong choices, or rather, like, yeah, the unfavorable choices are going to eliminate themselves with time until just, only one choice becomes available for you, which is gonna be the right choice available. Now, on another side, Taco, you are right now exactly at the place where everything is hanging on an equilibrium, okay? And in that place, it's not comfortable. It may not be comfortable, but it is peaceful, and you can sit into it for as long as you want to. But the upcoming enterprise is going to, it's not going to disrupt the peace, but it's going to enrich it. Okay, it's going to enrich that piece. Just one thing you have to be aware of, it is that it's going to be a bit scary, okay? And you will have to overcome that fear at the end of the day. That is why this enterprise actually is coming for, so you can stand against your fear and overcome it. Other than that, Taco, it's like I said, it's a peaceful week, and even if you are kind of like incentivized to make a choice that you don't want to, you totally don't have to. Okay, just pass on it, and the choice is gonna solve itself on its own accord. That's that. So that's the week coming up. If we had any other card, okay, than the Two of Swords, that would have been a very stressful week. But the Two of Swords is bringing up the peace over there, and it is an amazing week for you to truly stand against your fears, whatever those fears are, and conquer them. So it's a little bit of a spiritual reading for you as well, Taco, but also it's a material reading, because you are gonna have that chance in front of you that you will find very interesting, very enthusiastic, very gainingful, and it's just, it's gonna be hard to pass, really. You're welcome. And so, guys, I think that this is gonna do it. I gotta figure out now what I'm gonna do about my refrigerator. But in any case, again, thank you so much for being around. Thank you so much for your support. Very generous today. Very generous support today, and we are gonna see each other another time very very soon, probably I don't know, Sunday or Thursday. I will see. No, Sunday I will not gonna be able to, but Thursday I'm gonna come back with this what do you need to know as of this moment, which is a great show. I really really enjoy it, and I would love to have you around there as well. Now, until then, bye.